This is going to be the Bitcoin calm before the storm. A massive move is about to happen after we got the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, this is going to be a move that not many people are going to be expecting. This is going to be a massive trap, and we are going to need to be talking about that exactly in today's update video. So can we once again push up the likes back above the 200 likes? That will be absolutely amazing, and as always, let's have a look into that short term. And in that short term, well, Bitcoin obviously is trading instead of another weekend. And usually during the course of the weekend, we tend to just consolidate at around that semi-close price, which in this case is sitting at the 86.8k level. Now, usually we tend to consolidate at around this level, but like in the case we saw during last week, well, we created a big move during the course of the weekend, and because of that, we created a big CME gap. But CME gaps 90% of the time tend to be getting filled very quickly, which is exactly what we saw during the last weekend, and we filled up this CME gap very quickly again. So anyways, low volatility is going to be expected during the course of this weekend again, but if we are going to be seeing any kind of a major move, it is going to be expected that at the beginning of next week, we are going to be retracing towards the CME close price. So anyways, this ties in exactly in towards our message I want to share today, because Bitcoin is perfectly consolidating inside of this new consolidation pattern right now after we got some huge news announcements. And this is exactly where I've been talking about in the beginning of this week, because in the beginning of this week, we have seen some insane volatility over here. And I've been saying it is going to be likely that this volatility is going to be cooling down inside of this new consolidation pattern in a few weeks' time. That is going to be the moment where we're going to be seeing this squeeze, and then we can be expecting the next big Bitcoin breakout. Now, there's going to be a few key levels we want to be having a look in towards, because if we're going to be breaking these key levels, that's definitely going to be the point and the moment where we can be flipping bullish again, and we can be expecting the next leg towards the upside. But for now, I do want to be leaning a little bit more in towards the cautious side. Why? Because Bitcoin is seeing this consolidation, really trying to be pushing higher over here, but every single pump we are getting towards the upside is instantly getting rejected back towards the downside, while we are seeing a lot of bullish news coming in the market every single day. And this is a clear sign of distribution going on. The big players are likely loading off their Bitcoin in towards this huge bullish news, which is definitely a bearish thing which we are seeing in the market right now. So I just want to be a little bit cautious in the market right now. It could be the case that we're going to be seeing this break towards the downside over here, but that is just going to be the reason why I want to be having a look into this squeeze. I want to be having a look into which direction we are going to be breaking in towards, and the direction we are going to be breaking in towards, that is going to be ultimately very decisive, because if we are going to be breaking this one towards the upside, if we are going to be breaking the Bitcoin EMA ribbons back towards the upside again, that's going to be a very bullish catalyst, and that is going to be the moment where we want to be flipping back bullish again, and that is going to be the moment where we can definitely expect that next rally towards the upside, because ultimately in the longer term, I'm going to be extremely bullish over here. I think we are seeing one of the biggest Bitcoin bear traps ever. Now, we'll be explaining this exactly a little bit later, but in that imminent short term, well, the market is just dominated by traders, and well, it is not looking very good in that imminent short term, in my opinion. But I do think that next week, we are going to be expecting our breakout outside of this symmetrical triangle. And this symmetrical triangle break either towards the upside or towards the downside is going to be giving us a very clear picture whether Bitcoin is still going to be flipping bearish or flipping bullish over here. So next week is going to be a very big week for the Bitcoin market. And that is why this right now is going to be the Bitcoin calm before the storm. A massive move is around the corner, and we are going to be watching it very closely with this symmetrical triangle breakout. Now, anyways, for the longer term, do not get me wrong, because I'm going to be extremely bullish over here in the longer term. I still do think that during this Bitcoin bull market, we are going to be getting another push towards the upside. The question is just going to be, when are we going to be getting that push towards the upside? Are we going to be rallying towards the upside already in that short term? Or are we going to be getting one more squeeze towards the downside and then get ultimately a very bullish recovery towards the upside? Well, in that longer term, I do think that this is going to be a huge trap. I've been talking about this already for many times, but we are seeing this textbook analysis, this Bitcoin playbook exactly playing out once again with a consolidation break towards the downside, then a 1 to 2 month consolidation lower, and then we're going to be seeing the next leg higher. We have seen this happening many times. We are just seeing that liquidity grab towards the downside, and the same exact price action is right now playing out, just like we have seen during our Bitcoin ETF. So ultimately, do be very careful right now with being bearish on Bitcoin. This is not going to be the time to be bearish on Bitcoin. Many fractals are right now playing out, and many fractals are going to be suggesting us that, yeah, we're going to be headed for even more upside. And do not forget, the market has been very fearful. Many people have been flipping bearish. The sentiment is at its worst level. And generally, this is a very good moment to buy. If we're going to be having a look into the data, well, literally big whales are loading up while the retail is selling right now. We can be having a look into a Bitfinex whales. They're loading up right now. They're buying the bottom again, like they've been doing for many times. Retail is panic selling while whales are accumulating at this current moment. We can just have a look into the data. The data is all there, and the global liquidity is still rising. It's still increasing, and we do know that Bitcoin always tends to follow the global liquidity. So yes, in that longer term, all of the data is going to be suggesting that we're going to be seeing another move towards the upside. So do not get fooled right now in that short term. So guys, if you're going to be getting interested in trading yourself as well with this massive short-term opportunity coming up with this symmetrical triangle breakout, well, make sure to be checking out that first link down below, because with that first link down below, you can be claiming a 10% cashback on whatever you deposit, which is going to be absolutely insane. And with this free 10% cashback, you can be opening up a free trading position or buy even more Bitcoin or buy even more altcoins. So make sure to be checking it out with that link down below. Anyways, if we're going to be still just zooming out for Bitcoin, I think that something like this is going to be happening next. We are right now at base 4 of our parabolic curve towards the upside, and we're still going to be seeing one more move towards the upside, and that is going to be our sell point. And if we are going to be having a look into a bigger picture, well, it is very clear what is going to be happening next. I mean, all season is still going to be happening during this cycle. The price action of Ethereum is exactly the same like Bitcoin was, like the Bitcoin price action during 2023 and 2024. So this fractal is exactly playing out and exactly repeating. And Bitcoin also has been flipping this previous level of resistance right now in towards support. So looking very good for that longer term Bitcoin price action. And the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is just exactly playing out once again with year 3 being bullish for altcoins. So this is going to be the year for the altcoins, and we can be having a look in towards the altcoins and in towards the dollar, and the dollar is right now breaking towards the downside again. This is exactly what we need to see happening for the altcoin season. A weakening dollar that's going to be suggesting that risk on assets can be rallying again, so the altcoins can be rallying again with the dollar weakening, looking very good for all of the altcoins. So yeah, anyways guys, with that being said, make sure to be following me over on X to be staying up to date about every single market development. And guys, I'll see you in another big video tomorrow morning.